Apple TV is really useful for presentations.
We've got to keep up with the children. We know we're comfortable with the fact now. It's taken us a while to get used to it, but we're comfortable with the fact that the children can know more than us. We're obviously facilitating the learning and we're pushing the boundaries of the teaching as well. But these children have got iPhones and Android and phones that they can do wonderful things with, the photographs and the videos. So now we've got to implement that into our teaching and learning, into the classroom environment. We've got to stay with them really, because otherwise we lose them. The days of a PC in a classroom and working on it is not something that we can work any longer. Breaking down the barriers or boundaries or the walls of the school is one of my aims this year, and I've been challenging the staff and also the authority to work on taking, why can't we have a lesson in Neath Library, or why can't we have a lesson in Victoria Gardens? It's there. There's Wi-Fi in these areas. Why can't we have access to it? So that's something we've been working on with the authority. In that way as well, the Neath Library aspect, it came in the intergeneration. So we call them the Silver Surfers. Our over 50s, sorry, but they came into school and they are working with our digital leaders. So the digital leaders are skilling them up. It could be that they might teach them how to Skype, but it could be they want to go to Tesco's and do some online shopping. It could be Skyping their family who live in Australia or Swindon or somewhere. So we're just giving them skills. And in the interim, they come back and give us something back. So they may come in and educate, work with our younger children then on giving them skills as well.
Every year, my wife and I, we visit my grandchildren and their mum and dad out in Texas, Austin, Texas. And I take a lot of photographs, family photographs there, and also video clips. So I'm interested now in how to put these into separate albums, and also how to put the movies and how to edit them and put them into iMovies. So that I'm looking forward to meeting with the children again in Neath Library and to learn how to do this.
For the teachers coming into schools, obviously the ones that are here have adapted very, very well. We had a few terrified technophobes, but now they've changed their style and they take their iPads home as well. And they use them. All teachers in the school have got an iPad from day one, so they are constantly skilling themselves, so therefore they don't fall behind the children. Children are confident about it. But within that role as well, what I wanted in school was this teacher to come in. I was looking for a teacher to take this further for me and to drive the e-learning in school. So we've created a role called e-learning manager or coordinator, and that person is, I didn't want it to be a literacy or a numeracy or part of the curriculum at all. What I was looking for was somebody who could take illiteracy and take your technology and bring it together. So it's a different sort of job spec really for that person, in that person is sitting with the literacy coordinator, sitting with the IT coordinator, and just seeing how we can blend the two together to make something that's wow and engaging, and enjoyment is an important thing for these children. They are loving the opportunities they get with these things.
I think it's essential to collaborate with business over this, because we always feel particularly in the primary phase that we're a jack of all trades and a master of none, because we have 11 subjects to teach. You can't possibly be an expert in every single one of those. Obviously you'll have your strengths, but you have to know something about them all to really teach them effectively. And I think this is where businesses could be really, really effective in primary schools. Yes, please let us have these Raspberry Pi, but come in and upskill teachers as well, so that we can then pass those skills on to the children, and the children can become trainers then, in the same way that we've created digital learners, but give us the chance to be able to pass those skills on. We are not saying anyone here feels absolutely 100% secure enough to deliver that kind of level of programming training. At the moment, we really do need input from business.
Our vision as a school is to prepare the children for life in the third millennium. So, thinking of that, we're thinking about what jobs the children are going to get in the future. So obviously, iPads and various different things like that, in terms of e-learning, are a big part of that. Using the Scratch computer program, we looked into Raspberry Pi as well. So looking at computer programming, the skills that the children are going to have to develop for life and for the jobs that they're going to need to have in the future. We've definitely got that in mind. But the sort of barrier we have as a school, whereas we want to do all of these things, we still have this constraint of the curriculum curriculum as well. So it's about balancing the things that we really want the children to do, and we know they are the things the children are going to need for the jobs that are going to be there in the future. But we have to balance that with the current curriculum. And I feel personally, and I think we feel as a school, that the curriculum, the national curriculum, almost needs to catch up with where the world is going in terms of the world of work and the skills that the children in our school have got, and many other schools in the area are developing as well.
Efo'r y iaith Gymraeg, da ni'n credu bod yn hanfodol i'r plant gael y gyfle i gweithio gyda technoleg trwy'r iaith gyntaf nhw. So mae un o'r criw y dojos a'r clybiau cod di gyfieithu'r y pecyn scratch o MIT i gweithio yn y Gymraeg. A mae hwnna'n rhoi un o'r neges a pwysig iawn i'r plant bod mae yna posibilrwydd o'n nhw creu technoleg a cynigion technoleg drwy'r iaith gyntaf nhw. A hefyd bod yna dewis, mae yna ddim angen iddyn nhw meddwl amdan rhywbeth yn y iaith gyntaf nhw, a wedyn cyfieitha hwnna ymhen a meddwl be di hwnna yn Saesneg. So mae wedi bod yn ymarfer o werth i'r tîm ni. Da ni'n gobeithio bod yr dojos a'r clybiau cod a falle, da ni jyst eisiau gwneud yn siŵr da ni'n rhan o'r cam nesaf ar y ffordd i'r dyfodol.
Mae'r weithgaredd yma, mae Paul wedi gychwyn o'r plant i gael y clwb cod. Mae o'n arbennig o dda am gael gwahanol agweddau'r cwricwlwm i mewn at ei gilydd. A mae o'n hefyd yn ei cyfle i'r plant ddallt mae'r cyfrifiadur yn gweithio yn hytrach na defnyddio'r cyfrifiadur i bwrpas. Maen nhw wedyn yn gweld sut mae'r cyfrifiadur yn gweithio, a mae yna gyfle i ddatblygu rhaglenni. A mae rhaglenni'n gallu bod yn reit gymleth felly, sy'n dod â sgiliau meddwl i mewn, sy'n dod â rhesymu mewn, a sy'n dod â cydweithio i ddatrys y problemau. Mae y tasgau sy'n cael ei gosod yn ymestynol, a mae wedi'n syni fi bod y plant mor ifanc a blwyddyn 2 yn gallu ymdopi efo'r tasgau sy'n cael ei gosod.
I think the objective that we've always had is not necessarily to create a cohort of North Wales Welsh-speaking super developers. That is as far from what we want as possible. The objectives are vague, but it's more that if these kids become successful architects or textile designers, farmers or lorry drivers, that they really understand how technology works. They don't just know to click a button that says OK. That they know that this is how the software is asking the question and getting the answers, just like they know how the truck works or how the loom works. They've got to understand the mechanics. And at that point, because we really are of the belief that technology isn't going to be the same kind of beast that it is now in 20 years' time. It's going to be something where having that ability, that knowledge, that understanding will make a real difference to a number of different aspects of the Welsh economy. And it helps the rural economy. You don't need large chemical factories or industrial complexes to sustain employment. So that's what our driver is, that we want to try and bring our skills now understanding of technology, make it fun using openly available tools, and get to know what teachers and children want.
Bye.